Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be for you, and welcome back to the super detailed walkthrough slash talkthrough of Livonia, part 4. Recording it like 5 minutes after I logged out part 3. So that little cheeky trick I talked to you about logging off near a potential military convoy, was unlikely to work for me unless it spawned in right in front of our eyes now. But if you'd given it 1 or 2 hours IRL, that might have worked for you. So we haven't got lucky with the convoy. We haven't got a punch card. While we're in the bushes, triple carrying. Hate it when it does that. Go in the backpack, please. I'm going to take a risk here and open my food. We're going to stand up. We'll crouch in the bushes to open the food. So be aware. We're now more exposed. I'm going to hold C on the keyboard, go back down prone, and eat about a third of this can. And we're going to head over, we're going to skirt around that green mustache, and we're going to head down towards the lake, because I just want to show you where it is. Since the 1.27 update, when you eat unknown food, even if you eat it sensibly, and you only eat about a third of it at a time, you'll get a little sick symbol. Now, from experience, I haven't thrown up after eating unknown food since the update. That sick symbol should just go away on its own in a few minutes, he says. But we'll see. We may have made a bit of a boo-boo there, but we'll ride with it. We'll roll with the punches. And as I come out onto the main road, I'm looking immediately, and I'm assuming, oh my god, what's the chances? We've just spawned in next to 2 or 3 geared guys, or one guy. So I'm not going to assume, because I logged off 10 minutes ago and it was quiet, we're now alone. I'm looking to see if I can see movement in the house, in the windows. There's no smoke. Now, I know where the lake is. If you're new to the map and you want to get there sort of 100% with 100% certainty, you might want to get a bit closer to the mustache. Be wary, you'll probably aggro some zombies, but look at that. You can see the lake through the trees. So it's just behind it, down the hill. It looks like it's further away when you're on the map, I survive. It's actually very, very close. If we wanted to loot that for more food, there are some sheds, there is a greenhouse, there's a car around that mustache. So if you need any sewing kits like we do, duct tape, by all means take the chance and loot it if you want. I'm probably not going to. I'm going to err on the side of caution. I am going to put my gun away and eat some more of this food because the arrows have gone down again underneath my food, and I'm going to eat about a third. I can see the roof of the cabin that I want to loot already. Stop eating, pull the gun back out. Can I see someone fishing on the dock? There is a deer spawn around this area. There are wolves. Wolves that could potentially ruin your day. Down here, I'll show you a little tip if you get wolves. I mean, it's a bit risky, you're exposing yourself, but you won't get your ass chewed off by the wolves while you shoot them. Luckily we've got a suppressor so we can deal with them quite easy. Someone's been planting some fruit and veggies down here, that's very nice of them. Bit of a risky spot to plant. There's a little caravan here, look, you can go inside the caravan, shut the door, the wolves will start barking and growling around the door, and you can just pop the door open and shoot them. You can even maybe get an angle on them through the window. But we're not assuming we're alone, so we're going to swing every doorway like this. Sledgy. See if you can pop the wolves here. They can run up these stairs and get in, but you can just pop the door closed, and some of them might be far enough away to shoot from the windows. Or you can just open the door, spray them, and then shut the door again if you're getting in trouble. There is also like a pallet. Well, there was. Oh no, there's not here. Must have been on a different server. Looks like there's a huge mountain backpack. I'm just tabbing over the boat to see if there was a hook or a can of soda. But if it was night time, this is a great place to catch a couple of fish. And then maybe cook it up in the bushes or go back to the house. But plop yourself in here, do a bit of fishing with a bit of cover from the reeds. I'm looking for a hunting scope or some 7x39 ammo in this cabin. There's a big large backpack if you want it. I'm not a big fan of them. That's like a personal preference choice. Look out for bear traps on the ground. Jacket? We've already got a hunting jacket. And is there anything in the bag? Yes, there is. What is it? A knife. Don't really need it. Gonna leave it. And you're just gonna head up the hill again to get back to the main road. Those small stones might have been spawned in by us because we logged off quite close to this lake. But don't assume we've spawned in those small stones that you can turn into stone knives. It may be that, again, someone has just been here ahead of us, 10, 15 minutes. And they're most likely to have either gone back to Nadbor, or they're heading towards Swarog, where we're going next. Again, I'm going to try and show you the easiest way to get to Swarog, but I'm not going to walk up the middle of the road. I'm going to try and stick to some trees for cover, a potential escape route. Putting my gun away, eating some more. We may have to get lucky and find some tactical bacon down in Swarog, or in between episodes or in the next episode, we may find ourselves back at that lake fishing. Because there are not many other spots around for food down in this southwest area. See the zombies? I want to avoid them, to be honest. I don't want to be fighting them down here. So we're going to try and go wide without aggroing them. The greenhouses are good spots for food. Cans of soda. So it wouldn't be bad if we could eyeball into the greenhouse just to see if there's anything. Somebody could have been 2 minutes behind us up the road though, and they're now in that building. So I'm really on high alert down here. Seeds, not great. While we're here, quick look. Head torch, we've aggroed a zombie, so we've got to deal with it. Unfortunately, the zombie is in these trees. I thought we were clear of all the zombies. So 2 hits to the head. Okay, just got absolutely DayZ there. Pull the gun out. Gun cleaning kit. So good. What a find. What a find. Now I'm going into the trees. There's a nice thick tree here. And it's on the way where we're going. We're going this way. But now, I feel a lot more confident close quarters shooting somebody with the FAMAS on full auto. Especially when we go towards Swarog military. We'll get that new animation. I'm holding left on the mouse. And it's before the 1.27 update, you would have had to fix the gun up from badly damaged to damaged. And then you would have had to restart the animation all over again. To swap them around, that's going to be my primary weapon now. I can fit that there, as long as I eat the rest of my food. I'm happy to munch all of it now. We shouldn't be sick, he says. Take out the FAMAS. Put it on full auto. We've got a full mag, and we've got plenty of spare ammo. A secondary FAMAS mag would be beautiful. And the gun is now worn and worn. Less chance of it jamming on us. And the iron sight is horrific. Remember I showed you before? But if you hold it just hip fire, it has got an extremely high rate of fire. Very good chance of dropping someone, even if they're wearing a plate carrier. Unless you completely whiff. I'm good at that. I'm looking behind me. Is there anybody on the road? Looking for that military convoy heading towards Swarog. And I'm following the road, but I'm not on the road. Okay? We're eventually going to get to a fork in the road. If you bear right, you will head to Palana. You're starting to head towards the underground bunker location. Which is what we would probably do in episode 5 if we survive Swarog. If you veer to the left, you will be heading towards Swarog. There's another indicator, another visual aid for Swarog, and as soon as I see it, I will show it to you. But the road is your best friend, really. if you're not familiar with this map, this area. So if I see a player now, I'm going to probably just burst fire. Even though it's on full auto, if I just tap left button once, twice, you know, like a second and a half per burst, you can do your own burst fire even if you're on full auto. Because the iron sight's so bad, I'd probably want to just put a few shots in someone's direction and then reposition. Maybe get a shot on them then with the iron sights of the CR rifle. This is going to be the kiss of death, but I'm surprised we haven't had wolves yet. Very surprised. We haven't had it in the whole playthrough yet, have we? This is part 4. We've been down south quite a while now. There's the fork in the road. Okay, so we're going to hug the left. Going up the hill there. There you go. See that big radar dish? That's Swarog military base. So you can sometimes get lost in the woods. You'll look up through the tree line, you'll see that radar dish. That's Swarog. So if you get lost, that's a nice little indicator. Visual aid to get back on track. But if you follow this road, staying in the tree line, you can't go too wrong. Palana is this way. Great military spawns in the town. Even though it's like a residential town, it's actually classed on Livonia as a tier 4 military area. So you can get all sorts down there. AKs, AK mags, ammo. You're not going to get SVDs or M4s, but you're going to get some nice stuff potentially. We're heading towards the base. People do like to sit up on the hillside if they've got the patience of a saint and a good sniper rifle with a scope. They can sit on these rocks, pick off any poor soul wandering down the middle of the road. That's why we're not doing it. But that, even though we're coming up high above the rocks, we may bump into said sniper, so be wary. Be ready to start spraying. Spraying and praying. And we're going to eventually get to a spot where there's a gap in the fence and there is a big guard watchtower, and that's the first thing we're going to potentially loot in this military base. I've got a pretty preset route, a way of looting Swarog. There it is, the watchtower. So I'm looking to see if I can see movement up there, first of all. We're basically going to go sort of anti-clockwise. But you might figure out your own way that you enjoy looting Swarog. God, I looked at that tree stump and I thought it was a player. I'm pretty sure on official, there's a chance of this military base being dynamically gas bombed. So when you're here, always be wary and ready to run for your life if you hear the gas bomb dropping. These can be a bit janky, these stairs as well. Be wary when you're coming down them. You could be thrown off and given a really nasty broken leg. So what I like to do is stay crouched, but I'm going to use the shift button on my keyboard to crouch walk with speed. Okay? Down the stairs. When I'm about halfway, I press C and sprint the rest. If you go from the top and start sprinting down from an upright position, don't be surprised if you get DayZ'd, flung off, broken leg, world of pain. I stay upright until I get to the top of these rocks, but I'm getting ready to start crouch walking, and we're going to go stealthily around this military, because A, the footsteps are louder now after the patch, and B, I don't want to aggravate too many zombies and give away our presence. This red tin, people like to come on top of it and have a good look at the base. I don't tend to loot this at all. You can find military loot in there, but I've never been that lucky. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for the gap in the fence, which is here, and then I'm going to come back around to the left. There's another watchtower down there. See the gap in here? Hold C on your keyboard, you'll crouch under it. Hit C again, you'll get back up really quickly. So we've already found more bullets for the FAMAS. Spare mag would be good though. And now we're on assume there's a player in every building around every corner mode, okay? Up the stairs. People like to hold those stairs and look down. Shoot some unexpected fool in the back. Right, so clearing. When we get under here, we're assuming someone's sitting up there. Okay, that wasn't very good pre-aim, but every now and again we're standing still. Listening for movement inside, listening for footsteps. Because if they're in there, they're walking on metal, and the walking on metal and wood is very loud now since the update. Even with shoes off, to be honest. There's another one of those HQ buildings. There's an L-shaped barrack there. There's a brick building here with some military containers behind it. That's where we're heading, if we can. I can't see many zombies, and I can't see any dead zombies. You know, the absolute giveaway that there's somebody here or nearby, but the L-shaped barracks are closed. I always get a bit jittery when I see the doors closed, because any sort of decent player will close the door behind them when they go in. So it might not be a bad idea to sit in the bushes. Only a second or two. Look for obvious movement. Dead zombies. There are petrol pumps there. If you're lucky enough to have driven a car or a truck down, you can replenish your fuel there if you've got a bottle, jerry can, cooking pot, canteen. Now I'm going to stand upright because I want to be moving a bit quicker. There's a zombie, that's cool. He looks chill as well, yeah. His arms are down. If his elbows were up, you'll hear people say that a lot on DayZ. Elbows up zombie. It means he's been aggroed recently. People like to camp the HQ. So as you're going past it, look in the windows. He's not looking bothered though. If he heard footsteps inside, he'd probably be jogging around. That's an actual working car there. But we don't know if it's got all the parts to drive. Imagine it's got a jerry can in the back and we've already got the petrol pump by there. Oh shit, there you go. Sign of a player. So somebody has been through, dropped their shotgun. Okay. Shotguns do not spawn in this military area. They've dropped a ton of ammo. So what does that tell me? They've picked up a gun better than a pumpy. They have enough ammo for it that they're happy enough to drop the pumpy and all the red slugs. So it could be an SKS, it could be a baby AK, it could be anything. Box of ammo for the rifle, that's huge. The car looks like it's got all its wheels. That zombie looks chill. I'm switching to the suppressed gun. I'm putting it on semi-auto so we only fire one bullet at a time. Save ammo. I'm going to start taking out these zombies before they scream and give away our presence. But I'm ready to press 2 on the keyboard immediately and bring out the FAMAS if I have to. If someone runs out of those doors, they're going to aggravate the zombies. That'll give us an early indicator of their presence. Universal flashlight. I'm going to one-tap this zombie, hopefully. Oh my god, he moved. Okay, we got him second time. Bring the FAMAS back out. If someone's in the L-shaped barrack or in here, they've heard that. Or in the HQ. So we're bringing our gun up. I'm pressing right button on the mouse. I'm assuming someone's in every room we go in. When I get upstairs, I want to open my 7x39. So if I fire a rifle shot at someone, we've only got this rifle chambered. But we can put another one in the chamber straight away if the box of ammo is already open. Oh my god, there's another box of ammo for the rifle. Amazing. Alright, I'm going prone. Let me just confirm something. Yeah, no magazine for the CR. I'm just going to open the rounds that are not tracer rounds. If I shoot at someone and they weren't entirely sure where I was, the tracers will give us away our position. So I'm opening the ones that are not tracer. But they're ready to roll now. Some nice boots there. We'll put the assault boots on, why not? Means we can put our knife there and save a bit of inventory space. Some of these assault boots will give you a slot for your knife. Notice how I didn't shut the door behind me here, though. If I want to loot the L-shaped barrack, I have to open the door. But if somebody is in there or in the HQ, me closing this door would have given them another audio cue that I was nearby, so I didn't want to do it. Ooh, that zombie scared the shit out of me, I can't lie. Making sure of the shots, right? I don't have to pretend I'm John Wick. Try and quickscope the zombie. Just making sure of it. Ah, it's missing wheels and everything, yeah. These are... oh, right. This one's too close for comfort. I'm still leaving these two out here like bodyguards almost. So if someone runs out the front, the zombies might make their day hell. I'm searching this zombie though. I was going to say he might have food on him. There you go. Oh, this zombie's here, Dust. Look at this. That's annoying. Luckily, nobody was in here holding an angle or we'd be dead. I'm bringing the zombie inside to deal with him. Come on, bro. Someone's upstairs. They might push us now that we're fighting, so get the gun out real quick. Check your corners. This building's a nightmare to clear, though, when you go up the stairs. Watch this. You go up the stairs, right? Someone could be there. Someone could be there. Back on yourself. Someone could be here, holding an angle. It's a very tough one to clear. There's an SKS, though. Whew. We gotta take it. This is only chambered. We found 2 boxes of ammo for the SKS. It's absolutely brilliant gun. It's already loaded as well. We're going to top it up. It's a brilliant gun for close quarters. Okay, you can hip fire, bang, 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 spam it. It's a very, very good gun, close quarters. We're going to keep the MP5 as a zombie killer. But we can eventually drop it, I think, when we leave this military base, if we get out of here alive. I'm still switching back to the FAMAS, though. If someone's in the corner, I'd rather be spraying them with the FAMAS. But the SKS is nice. It does give you a bit of distance as well. You know, you've got a 100-meter range. You can put a PU scope on it for even more range and accuracy. But if we saw someone now creeping over there, you can boom, boom, boom. Much better than having to fire that rifle, boom, and then reload because it's chambered. And also, if you get caught a little bit with your pants down and you've got the SKS in your hands, before you can switch to your assault rifle, you can still boom, 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 if somebody comes upstairs, right? Sound effects are free. I don't like the fact we're triple carrying, but I like the suppressor on the MP5, so we're keeping it for a minute. Gotta remember it's number 4 on my hotkey. Put him down. Someone could be sneaking on our building. They've heard the shots. Sounds like there might be one trapped in here. Zombies can't open the doors on official vanilla servers like this. So if you do find a zombie behind a shut door, chances are someone's trapped that zombie inside. Yeah, there definitely is one. So I'm getting my knife out ready. Chances are there's nobody in here with him. Or is he on the other side of the wall? Ooh, okay. Gun back out. No traps. Now he is in here. Put him down ASAP. Bring the gun out in case someone's leaving him here as bait. They're going to push me from the bathroom. Yeah, somebody trapped that zombie. We saw the dropped pumpy anyway. We know someone's been through. Tire repair kit. No thanks. SKS has been a great find so far. Been a W raid of Swarog. Apologies for using the Tarkov linguistics there. Raid. 9x39 ammo. We'll pick it up for now. It's only in case we found a Vepper. I might a fully working Vepper with a 30 round mag. I would probably take it over the Lamas, to be honest. If we had 3 or 4 rounds of 9x39, that Vepper shreds. Now out of here, I will go right down this road, making sure we're not being followed. Now, don't get too blasé when it comes to the zombies. Sometimes you can come through here get a bit too quick with your step, and suddenly you've aggravated one of those captain zombies, and you've now got 10 on you. Now, if that's the case, and you've got, particularly if you've got a suppressed weapon, you can climb on top of those containers as long as you've got enough stamina. Stand in front of them, look up at the ledge, press the spacebar if you're on keyboard, and you'll jump up, and then obviously you can just shoot them. But you are obviously then massively exposed to anybody who's in the vicinity and would like a nice easy shot on some mug standing on top of a container. But it's an option, especially if you've got wolves here. Keep pressing the wrong gun for my... I'm going to wait for him to stop. He's got a tanker helmet on, so he might tank that. Pardon the pun, he might tank the shot. He didn't. The other zombie around the corner heard me. Put him down. We got away with that one a bit. Got the gun raised there. That was a schoolboy error. We need to be coming wider from the doors. Pretty sure that doesn't spawn in here, so I do not know who's been pulling generators into the barracks. That's a strange play. But this looks very looted. They may have found an SKS in that container, which is why they left the pumpy and why they didn't pick up the SKS we later found. Boxed light bulb. Maybe industrial stuff does spawn in here sometimes then. Not sure about that one. I don't want to loot the guard shack, although 9mm would be good. I'm going to go for this container. Make sure no one's lurking in the bushes. I thought I just heard someone shiver. Now, if you've got white temperature like we have, and you hear the shivering animation, the audio, you know it's not you making that noise. Someone could be in the container. It could be the other side of the wall. Nope. What's that? Oof. 60 round mag. It's badly damaged, but imagine we got a gun that took it. We've got 5.56. Pretty sure the standardized mag won't go on the FAMAS. I think it's only for M4s, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only for an M4 that. We're just going to hang on to it for a sec. Now, I know the layout, so I was already pre-aiming in terms of my eyesight down at those barracks, see if I can see anybody. Oh my god, he tanked it. Anyone in that police camo building, people will call that camo, has probably heard that shot, those shots. So we keep moving. These zombies look chill though. Don't get complacent. Someone might be just an absolute ninja and they're managing to get around them without aggravating them, but it does suggest they're not too concerned about someone being here. I'm going to wait for this one to stand still again. Pop that one. Oh god. Watch this one now. Goes to the shop. Looks around. Sees me in a second. We shoot him when he throws his head back. Gives us an easy shot. We've talked about that one before. He's already screamed. Your cover's blown. Just make sure of the shot so you haven't got to fight him with your melee. The door to the camo prison is open. Doesn't mean nobody's in there, but it tends to mean nobody's in there. We're gonna loot these. We're gonna clear these. Big bag again. Lots of these juicy bags around today. No one's had a fire. That would be a real... Look at that. An S-Val. No magazine, though. We're not even going to take the bullet out of it. I don't want to be hanging around Swarog too long. We've seen signs of player activity with the shotgun being dropped, the ammo. Another SKS. There might be ammo inside it. Oh my god. Just noticed. We've dropped our FAMAS magazine. That thing that I told you about, where you drag something onto your gun or whatever, I think we moved away a bit too quick. And it dropped it on the ground. So we're going to keep the SKS for a minute as our... We're going to go back for the magazine, don't worry. I'm going to pick this one up. See if there's any ammo in it. Nope. Drop it. This is our new close quarters weapon for a bit. Oh, look at that. More 9mm for the suppress gun. The MP5. Nice. While we haven't got the mag, I'm going to put it onto full auto because we haven't got the FAMAS mag a second. Ooh, an explosive grenade if we found an M79. Alright. We want to clear the camo and then I want to go back for the mag if I can. Got a couple of military crates. The garages. EU scope, I think. PO scope, rather. Nothing in the jacket. Zombie has heard me. Other side of the building. Oh, there he is. So we're going to drag him in the garage to kill him. Nothing in the field jacket. It's a nice jacket, though. You could trap him if you wanted to. If you wanted to be quicker, trap him. No harm in killing him, though, if you can, because he might drop food or ammo. Tactical shirt. There's a little pistol there. We have got the ammo for that. But, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to swap that out. I'm going to sort it out in a bit, though. Notice how I'm not, like, sitting in the corner where I am. Oh, there's ammo for it as well. Sitting in the corner where I am, where I found the gun, loading up the magazine. You know, putting the mag in the gun. No, I could do that later when it's safer. More ammo for the FNX. Or the FX. Let's clear this and then try and backtrack for our mag. If we've lost that mag, that's nice. Sharpening stone. I think we already had one. Shut the door behind me. If somebody's in here and we need to start shooting, I don't want the zombies coming in, ruining our day. Another SKS. Zombies outside looking for us. More ammo for the FAMAS. He's seen us through the window. So the zombies aggro. But I'm not that concerned about him a minute. I want to first of all empty these 6 shots for our SKS. Double tapping R on the keyboard rapidly till it's empty, then hold G on the keyboard to drop it to the ground. Press 3, grab the SKS back out. Assume someone's here and here. Check for traps at the top of the stairs. There's another backpack. There's more ammo for the SKS. There are gloves we don't need. Is there any food or something in the bag? No. I'm preparing to drag the zombie inside now to kill it. Nothing in the cell. Here he is. He's got a plate carrier for us, look. So I'm going to punch this zombie. I don't want to knife him and ruin the plate carrier. It's going to take a few punches because of the helmet. But it'll be worth it eventually. As long as nobody comes up behind him and starts spraying us both. Down he goes. I'm going to grab it off his body. It's badly damaged, but we have a leather repair kit. We're going to go upstairs. Put our back to this wall in the corner. We're going to very, very quickly repair this up to worn. And we're going to wear it instead of our stab vest. That's the new animation and sound. Don't forget to grab your grenades. We can now put pouches and a holster on that now if we can find one. Open my ammo for my pistol, which is damaged. Fix it up to worn. I'm going to do this here because I'm going to use this F&X pistol now as my zombie killer, because we can transfer the badly damaged suppressor to it. The magazine is pristine. Happy days. Fully load it. I've already dropped the thing, haven't I? Yeah. See how that doesn't work first time now? I don't know what's been broken since the update. Don't need the 9mm. Don't need the 9mm. We're saving space here on the inventory, yeah? Keeping that. That's worn. That's pristine. I'm going to fix this back up to damaged. Gives us a few more shots to take out zombies. And it'll get rid of the repair kit from our inventory. Put it back on the FX. Put the FX back in the jacket. Let's go looking for our FAMAS mag. I'm pretty sure it'll be in that bush where we went prone. It's getting darker. The server is turning towards nighttime. The rain clouds do not help. From here, we will backtrack towards the fork in the road, okay? Where we would then ideally start heading towards Palana for episode 5. Our food is yellow, so we're going to be looking for food along the way. Flipping hell, he scared the shit out of me. We either look for food along the way, or we're going to be needing to hunt, fish, or get lucky in Palana, okay? Remember, when you kill these zombies, guns straight back out. Oh, shit. Deal with them real quick. Thank the Lord we found that. See how it doesn't go in your hands first time? And maybe I didn't wait for the full animation to go through with the FAMAS. Is why we left that behind. I can't blame the animation for that. Our stamina's not as good anymore because we're wearing a plate carrier, but it's still about 50%, 55%. I can live with that. And let's assume you're new to Livonia, you've managed to worm your way down southwest, and you've got to Swarog, and you watch this guide and you think, I want to go to Palana next, or you've pulled up the map. You're not really confident leaving Swarog that way and finding your way back around. Just backtrack. But just because you've cleared this base once, don't assume it's now clear. Go happily along your way back the way you came. There could have been someone 2 or 3 minutes behind you, stalking you. Now that guy has just spawned in. That's a captain zombie. That's a tough shot, and we fucked it up. Thank God the second one landed before he screamed. If he screams, you need to leave. Okay? You need to leave the base. You can always come back, but you're going to have whatever zombies are left in the base, or particularly within earshot of his screams, you're going to have them on you. Okay, so I'm leaving. I remember which way I came in. Remember by the radar? There's the second watchtower that we didn't loot. So on the way out now, we're going to nip down and loot that. Now, if I see the player now in that tree line, I'd be better off shooting at him with the SKS because of range. I can go boom, 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 boom. So when I'm leaving the close quarter areas where I'm more likely to need the FAMAS, I pull out the SKS. I crouch as soon as I get to the top. I'm not really bothered with that because of its state. And look, as we get wet, our stamina is depleting. I'm just pulling out the FAMAS rounds from that magazine, crouching halfway down, then sprinting to avoid a broken leg. As I go back up towards the tree line, I'm pulling out the FAMAS because some little rat could be just sat in a tree. The SKS is good for spamming hip fire close range, but probably not as good as the FAMAS on full auto. Now that it's mended, fixed up, looking sharp. We went in that way, remember? So when we come down these rocks, we should. There we go. See our watchtower. That's the first watchtower we looted. You might see someone running down the steps there, and they were 5 minutes behind you the whole time, you know? So be wary as you leave. It's approaching 40 minutes. That's not too bad. I would like the videos to be about 50. So we'll go about 10 minutes up the road towards Palana, and then we'll call it. And part 5 will hopefully be all about Palana. Is anyone coming up the road? Has anyone been waiting for me on the rocks the whole time with a rifle or an SKS? Food is going to be an issue though. So we don't want to be sprinting now, especially when you're cold. Since the new update, I've noticed your calories go down quicker when you're cold. I mean, it might not be a bad idea to backtrack to the lake, catch a fish. One fish would do. One fish on official will get you from yellow to white again. And we could either cook it on a stick or we could risk the green mustache, okay? Then we haven't got to worry about food in Palana. If we find any, great. We could also dry out our clothes in front of a fire. And then if it stops raining, we could press on with more stamina. And also, if we do all that at the beginning of part 5, it may be a longer episode, but we would also be logging off in the vicinity of that convoy spawn again. And this is what happens on Livonia, right? If you get down to the southwest and you haven't got a punch card, what a lot of people would do, I would guess, is sort of think of a triangle on the map. Pull up I Survive if you've got it. We'll have a look at it in a sec. You've got Nadbor, you've got Swarog behind us, and you've got Palana, okay, where we'll go to next. If you think of that as a triangle and you go between all three of them, checking out this military convoy every time you pass it until you get one, what you might be is very unlucky and you go past that convoy 2 or 3 times and you don't see any convoy, but you've got a very good chance of getting into PvP along the way, and maybe they've got a punch card. Or maybe you die, you get sent back to the coast and you take a different route down south to try and find more convoys. More chance of finding punch cards. We've gone into the white temperature, and if you notice the arrows underneath the apple, instead of 3 arrows down, it's now 1 arrow down. So your temperature has a lot to do with your metabolism now since this update. Oh, I just took the wrong turn in. Look. I was heading towards Palana. I want to head to back to the lake, back to Nadbor. Or do I risk it? Do I risk it? See, I'm a bit more blasé than your average player. I'm sort of thinking in my mind now, yeah, we'll find food in Palana. If we don't, we're in trouble. There are deer spawns around Palana, so we could snag ourselves a deer with the SKS. Yeah, I'm going to risk it. We're going to go another 5 minutes or so, then we're going to pull up the map and recap. Might find a bit of food in the car, scripted. But yeah, it's up to you what you do. If you get down southwest, you might go and have a nose at the bunker. I've no doubt in my mind whatsoever people will camp the bunker if they've got the patience and the inclination and the gear, like a sniper rifle and a scope. They might camp the bunker, because if somebody turns up to the bunker, there's a very good chance they've got a punch card, so take it off them, you know? That's a legitimate strat. You'd need a lot of patience for it, though. you'd probably want to be playing on a high pop server. With the bunker, there are certain areas, level 1, parts of level 2 you can do as a solo, but there is I think a third level of the bunker where you need a friend, or you need to have bumped into a rando and gone on a bit of an adventure with them. There's a bit of a puzzle where you need to turn off the water or turn a valve that will lower the water, that will allow you to go into a certain area, area 3 I believe. The water then 2 minutes later will automatically rise, so if you go in as a solo you are trapped there potentially forever until somebody decides to lower the water. So the friend will then lower the water, allowing you to loot till your heart's content and not be on a clock in level 3, and then you can return safely to the room with the valve. But if we had a punch card as a solo, there is still a lot of loot in the accessible areas that is worth going in for, plus the experience of being in the bunker. I've just noticed we haven't got a light source at the moment. We haven't got a head torch. We've got an MVG strap, but no MVGs. We haven't even got a flare. So at the minute, we wouldn't be able to go in the bunker until we found a light source. I've even walked past flashlights. Pretty sure I haven't found a battery yet, though, which is weird. I'm almost positive we are on the right track to Palana. I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit now. Nah, don't doubt yourself. You know the way. That is a police crash convoy, I believe, where we might find more 5.56 for mass. We're unlikely to find 45. That's usually a military spawn. But there is a hunting cabin over there on the left where we could get a PU scope for the SKS. I'm taking this a bit wide just in case I see a player now fighting the zombies at the crash. Pretty sure it's a police car there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think so. No, it's not. They're civilian cars. Oh no, there is. They are police zombies. Okay, I was right first time. We've got the FX to ping them from the trees. I'm just making sure we're not with company. We'll probably log off around this area once we've looted this, and then we'll fully do Palana next time after we've checked out this map. I really hope no one's in this cabin now. The door's open. I tell you what, let's not risk it. Pull out the FAMAS. They may be just sitting in here with the door open. Nope. Boxer 308 though. That'd be good if we found a Winchester, a Tundra. Hunter jacket. Now look at that. This one's wet. We could wring it out, or we could just put the dry one on. Bit lazy. Bit lazy. And it's a little bit fiddly, grabbing all these bullets. But I'm looking to see, can I now use this opportunity to tidy up the bullets at all? I'm not taking them. All this SKS ammo is fantastic. We're not needing that. Probably wouldn't even pick up a Mosin, but we'll keep it. We don't need a Pioneer, and we've got more 308 there. See? A bit tidier. Bit of an excuse there, wasn't it, for a cleanup? Reload the pistol. Hold R and you put your mag in when the gun's in your hand. Oh. He moved. Practice your John Wick impression. Not quite. Podwick. They're unlikely to have food. They might have ammo on them. You know, you'd like to think by now you've got a stab vest or a plate carrier, but if you needed one for your buddy, you've been in a gunfight, yours has been ruined, you know. There's a flare, a glow stick. I mean, getting a bit desperate taking a glow stick for a light source, but we'll take it. We've got nothing else at the minute. Handcuffs, wonderful. Rangefinder, that's nice. We haven't got anything to scope out with yet, so that's a huge find. And this long road leads to Palana. Ooh, which might be gassed. So good job we're logging out. Logging out. It looks like part of the town has been hit by a gas bomb. You can see a roof there of a building. Pretty sure that's Palana. So what we're going to do, we're going to log out. I'm going to give you the be right back screen. And I'm going to bring up the old I survive. We should already be on Livonia. Yes. Share my screen with you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this run so far. You've already hit the like button and subbed if you are new to the channel. So we logged back in near the convoy spot. Remember, by the green mustache, we went and had a look at the lake with the cabin. Little caravan there. We came back up. We went to Swarog. I told you we got to the fork in the road. Police crash convoy potential. Wasn't one there. We came down here. We went into Swarog via this watchtower, breaking the fence, up here, looted, around, through, lost our mag, came round here, back up, found the mag again, came, left the way we came, back to the fork in the road, and I went a little bit too far left. Instead of going back to the fork, I ended up out on this main road anyway, okay? We went down here. There's a potential legit car spawn there. And we ended up down here by the cabin and the police crash convoy. So this is where we've logged off. This symbol, this little cloud, tells you that Palana has the propensity to be sporadically, dynamically gas bombed, which it is at the moment. We could see the green cloud in the distance. And as you can see from the red dots, military containers, military spawns will be red, military container, military, some military, but bit of a tip, even these houses, it might just look like a normal log cabin, granny building, garden shed. Palana's a weird one. It will spawn military stuff in these houses, even if it on I Survive doesn't show that it is a military spawn point, if that makes sense. There's a well in Palana, there's a gas station, there's an actual military tent, chances for police crash convoys. And when you hit Palana, as long as you know where you're going, if you've got a compass, hopefully we'll get into Palana and I'll show you the road you want to look for that leads to the bunker, okay? But it is a straight shot west then to the bunker. You can head along the main road. I'm not sure what that is. Scala answers in the comments. What's that? That's just a... Oh, is that a little bunker? There is a bunker on the side of the road, I think, a concrete one. Go down here, there's a deer stand, there's a potential truck spawn, there's a couple of cars and trucks you can loot. Now, if we were struggling for food and we didn't find any food in Palana, we didn't get lucky with cans in the buildings, when you make your way towards the bunker, there is a lake. There's a couple of spots to find a lake, and near one of them, look, there's a potential convoy. So, if we get through Palana and we survive, we don't get killed, and we start heading towards the bunker, maybe we look for this dirt road, we take it down here, see if we can get a punch card on a convoy, and if not, regardless, we could catch a fish, cook it up in the house, go back up to the main road and make our way down towards the bunker, so you could at least see it. We might not be able to go in it, but you'd be able to see what it looks like, and you'd be able to find your way there, as long as you can make your way to Swarog and Palana and Nadbor and all that good stuff. But that's part 4 in the can, I believe. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.